Hi everyone, this is Amanda Mertz at Did You Stamp Today, and today I'm just going to make a quick video to show you how I am handling the new packaging for Stampin' Up! Stamps and dies, and how I'm going to make sure I don't lose any of my stamps and that they all get back into the package. Keep watching and I'll show you. It's really easy. Okay. If you're not aware, Stampin' Up! Is currently changing out the packaging for their stamp sets. So instead of, let me see if I can pull one out, instead of the DVD cases like this one, we are now getting our stamps packaged in these nice thin plastic envelope sleeves. They're very similar to what the dies come in currently. Well, not currently, they're all being switched over. So anything that is from the November 2025 online exclusives onward will be in these new packaging. So look ahead for the new mini catalog that's coming in January. This is one of the new stamp sets that's coming out. Anything in that catalog will be in the new packaging. So I love them. You can fit a lot on your shelves and they take up far less room. They're not going to get damaged in shipping because, you know, they're a little bit more flexible than these, which tend to get crushed in cold weather. So I'm happy about that. But the only thing that's different is when you open it up inside, you don't have that printed part on the inside of the packaging like these have. So you can see what stamps go where and make sure you have all of them. So that's going to be a little bit tricky for me just in the way that I stamp, because I tend to take a lot of stamps out and I have lots of blocks. I've got different stamps and different blocks and I try different configurations and mix and match. And so sometimes I have a lot of stuff out, and then you realize once you take them off the plastic sleeve, you're not quite sure how many you started with maybe, or which one might be missing. So I've come up with the idea to stamp the images on the inside of the sleeve so you can tell which ones are there and which ones aren't when you're cleaning up. So all it is, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a darker color. You could use whatever color you want, but I think basic gray works well because it's kind of matches what's on the front. And then you're going to need some tear and tape adhesive. Super easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stamp set out, peel off the thinner plastic sheet, ink up your stamps, just leave them on the other sheet, ink them up, cover them over. And again, this is like just for your kind of peace of mind to make sure you don't lose any of these babies. So I'm kind of using this like a block, so it's all inked up. I'm just going to turn it over roughly, probably easier this way, roughly center it. And then I'm just going to press it down, press each one, go over, and you can kind of see, you know, with the photopolymer, you can kind of see when the ink has grabbed. All right. Then I'm going to peel them up. There you go. So that you've got your images. I'm just going to slide that one over a little bit, let it dry, because this paper is a little bit slick, so it might not dry immediately like if you were stamping on cardstock. So I'm going to slide that over. I'm going to clean my stamps really quickly. Again, leaving them all on the sheet. Just kind of give them the good once over. I don't know. How about all you old timers out there? Do you recognize the old Stampin' Scrub? I've got a stack of these old ones that I tend to use on my stamp room desk and leave the bigger ones for classes so I don't have to keep pulling them back and forth. But the old Stampin' Scrub, I do like the new ones better because they are bigger, so that is nice. All right, the next step, I'm going to take my tear and tape and I'm just going to do 2 strips right on the back of the plastic sheeting that still has the stamps on it. So just 2 strips. I've done this with several stamp sets already, and so far so good. It's holding up fine because we all know the tear and tape adhesive is very sticky. So this way, you know what I'm doing? I'm just going to kind of line it up over the images. They're not going to match because they're opposites. Remember, we stamped the correct side, and this is the way that they're going to look. All you need to do is peel them off, turn them over so the correct side lines up with your images that you've stamped. So see how they line up? Little world. I'm not going to get the lines exactly right, but you just kind of flip-flop them across the sheet. And this way, once you have them all off and onto your blocks and you're stamping away and creating away and making your projects, when you go to clean up, you'll be like, oh, where's the little, you know, ribbon? Where did that go? Oh, it's still on the block. Or I moved it over to a different block. Or oops, it's stuck on the back of something else, which we all know that happens sometimes. So this is just the quick way that I've come up with doing a little alteration just to make sure that I get all of my stamps back in place, because that is a tragedy, right? When you've lost a stamp and your heart sinks and you're like, oh no, where did it go? And then you're frantically digging through the trash and looking on the floor and pulling out all the supplies that you had been using to see if it got stuck to something by mistake. But so this is just one quick little step to be able to see which stamps you've got out, which ones still need to go back in the case. And then you just take your little the little thin plastic sheet back over the top, fold it back up, and away into the new packaging it goes. So that's just a little quick tip that I've come up with for myself. Kind of makes it a little bit easier until maybe Stampin' Up! Will print them on the inside just to give us that also. But I thought that might be helpful for some other people. If you thought this was a great tip, leave me a comment. Let me know if you give it a try yourself. I'd be glad to hear about it. So thanks so much for watching. Again, this is Amanda Mertz from Did You Stamp Today? Appreciate you watching. Take care.